Welcome back to Sports Econ 101. I'm Edward Brown, your host, along with my co-host, Vern Glenn. And,
Hello, America.
And Bruce McGowan.
Hi.
I love that guy. Okay, and we are in the studio here with Noah Jackson, who is, or was, excuse me, a baseball scout. And one of the things we want to talk to him about is, one of the questions I asked before you guys chimed in here was about how bloodlines, how important they are. Like, Barry Bonds or Bobby Bonds, and more recently, we all know the Venable family. So Noah, take it away. How important is that?
Yeah, I think it's very important, actually, what you see. Just in the time that I was scouting for the San Diego Padres, we saw another local family, the Dunstons.
Oh, yeah.
Sean Dunston Jr. and his son getting drafted by the Cubs. In addition to that, I was able to, 2 years ago, sign a young man by the name of Joe Ross, whose older brother, Tyson Ross, was originally with the A's and is now with the Padres.
Wow.
So Joe is also minor leagues with the Padres now. So
All 6'6" of them.
exactly. That's why he wore 66 to symbolize that for the A's.
Right.
So you see it a lot, and I think that it's a good place to start. It's a strong gene pool, and you work from there. So bloodlines are always important to take a look, no matter what sport they end up playing.
Speaking of talent and gene pool, how about Sylvester Jackson and Noah?
There
Jackson,
you go.
huh?
You got a lot of that.
Got to give respect, man.
Yes, and for those that don't know, Sylvester was a very prominent local sportscaster who worked with KRE, who also worked on the Oakland A's shows. And I was flashing on just seeing Noah on Facebook the other day. Oh my God, I remember his dad so well because he used to hang out at the ballpark and was at the A's games and traveled with the A's on the road during postseason. And we have fond memories of him. I can't believe he's been gone for 21 years.
Unbelievable. And I can remember my first few years here in the market. And in fact, I tell Noah's mom, Marilyn, all the time, I signed autographs for Sylvester because people thought I was him.
Okay.
I got tired of saying I'm not that guy. That's why I just signed anyway.
Let's see here. I wanted to get into some of the more interesting draft busts and steals. Okay, so from a steal standpoint, how about let's see. No, let me go back. Let's actually go for the ones that are busts. Steve Chilcott. Anyone remember him? I
remember that. I remember the name and I remember the talk about him, but I remember he didn't go very far, unfortunately. I think he had some kind of injury problem, or.
Yeah, and who was the gentleman who was in competition with him?
That I don't remember.
That's Reggie Jackson.
Oh,
Wow.
So who would you rather have on that one?
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, that's a difficult one. The baseball world in drafts is just the ultimate crapshoot. You don't even know what you're going to get half the time. And now what you see more and more is it's really a business for these owners. So they're just trying to manage risk and take the least risky player. And sometimes they don't do the one thing that you always need to do, which is if I'm on the schoolyard, I just take the best player that's there. I don't worry about all the other risks. I just take the best guy available. And so you see a lot of these teams get burned. I know the Padres got burned with Matt Bush, who is now unfortunately incarcerated because he was in a car accident last year. So you see it a lot, unfortunately.
How about Brian Taylor? Do you guys remember him, a left-hander with the Yankees?
Oh, yeah.
He was going to be a great pitcher, and then he got into some kind of fight.
It was a bar fight. He broke his left hand.
Yeah. Never was the same.
Never was the same.
Yeah.
Never was the same.
Wasn't there a kid from the Little League World Series that was supposed to be like the next coming, and then just for whatever reason it just did not pan out?
Yeah, Sean Burrows. Remember
There
Sean
we go.
Burrows?
Oh,
And now he's still kicking around somewhere in minor league baseball. But it was rookie of the year with Padres, and then fizzled out, and that was it.
Wow.
That was all that was there.
Kind of like a child star in the movies who just can't make the next step, you know?
Right. You get a little taste of the spotlight, but you just can't sustain it.
How about Billy Bean?
Yeah.
Phenom coming up,
Yeah.
and then got to the big league level and just did not.
He was okay. He wasn't.
No, but I'm telling you. But
He
hey,
did
what
not touch
wasn't?
his potential, though.
But wasn't no? Correct back then. Wasn't he supposed to be like the number one pick? I mean,
he was a first round pick. You know, the problem with baseball is that they're all prospects.
Wait, are you sure he wasn't the number one general manager pick?
He might have been.
No, this guy, he said no to a full ride to Stanford to sign with the Mets.
Wow.
Yeah.
What year is that?
Yeah.
Late 80s, maybe?
No,
mid 80s.
Mid
Mid-
80s.
yeah.
Mid
No,
80s.
because I was just thinking about, was it right around the 85?
Right. No, it was
Because he was on the roster. He was on the '89 roster that won the World Series for the A's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
That's his postseason success right there, right?
Look at the host. Look at Edward. Look at Edward just looking at me like marveling, like, oh God,
I forgot
oh,
about
the
that.
knowledge.
I can forget a few things.
You watching America? Did you see that?
You watching? That's right. Okay, we'll try this one here. Chad Motola, M-O-T-T.
Chad Metala, yeah.
Metala, okay.
You gotta have Sean Abner in that same draft
Oh,
as
yeah.
well.
Okay,
Is that former Padre? Also
Yes,
Sean
he's a
Abner?
Padre.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I should have all these Padre questions there.
Oh,
'Cause he was for the Cincinnati Reds, 1992. Now, who else came out in 1992? Come on.
Ken Griffey Jr.?
No,
No.
Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter. That's
Derek
right.
Jeter.
Derek Jeter.
I think Ken Griffey Jr. was a rookie in 1992, wasn't he? I'm trying to remember. I think he was. About that time. Because I remember talking to him at
92
Core.
or 93, right?
Yeah, because I remember talking to him at spring training. He was very leery about doing an interview, and luckily, Tiny Felder was one of his teammates,
Oh,
and I knew
remember that?
and I knew Tiny from the Giants. And Tiny said, "Oh, it's okay. Bruce is a good guy," you know. So I got an interview with Ken Griffey, and he was always nice to me after that. I never tried to curry favor with him, but he was always a good guy.
That's a good example. Ken Griffey Jr. I mean, that guy went all out.
Yeah.
I mean, he ended up getting hurt too many times. And I'm sure as the owner, you're all like, okay, I want you to make those plays, but don't be slamming into the wall.
Well, and his dad was a great player, and the thing was, his dad, unfortunately, I think, kind of influenced him against the media because his dad was a good guy, but he was kind of a hard ass, and Ken Griffey Jr. was a lot easier to go into his dad.
Weren't there a handful of games when they played in the outfield
They
together?
did. Yeah.
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 Absolutely. I think probably the Mariners probably just got the dad just for a novelty. I mean, he was still a decent player, but not, they didn't have to get him. Okay, I think we talked about this before. Tony Mandrich.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
The amazing bulk in college.
Oh, boy.
Packers. He didn't really do much. He did a little bit better when he got to the Indianapolis Colts. I think last week or whatever we talked about Jamarcus Russell. I mean, that's just.
How about Ryan Leaf?
There we go. That's the next one.
Don't talk to me, all right?
Oh,
Knock
Ryan.
it off.
That's
Ryan
probably
Leaf.
the biggest bust
Oh,
in NFL.
and that poor guy's had some problems off the field, hasn't
Yes, he was
Yeah.
a high school coach. He got busted for drug use.
Oh.
And complete mess.
Well, I understand he's
Oh.
spending too much time at McDonald's. He's
Yeah.
ballooned over
Oh.
300 pounds.
Oh, jeez.
Was Jamarcus going to get another chance in the NFL here?
He's trying, man.
Yeah,
Are
he's
they going
trying.
to bring him back?
Well, the Raiders aren't.
Well,
But-
I understand the Raiders.
But he is attempting a comeback. He's been training with Jeff Garcia at his quarterback camp.
Which
He
makes
shaved
no sense.
he shaved all these pounds. He's
That's what you need to do.
apparently eating correctly.
Good.
So he's
In fairness to Jamarcus, because I covered that team closely, they had a horrible offensive line.
They did.
I mean, there was no protection. They had bad coaching. They just didn't have a good team. And that was the worst Raider team of all time, 2006. The worst. I mean, and we're going back to 1962 when they won one of 14 games. They actually had a better team in 62,
See,
I
I
think.
don't think a lot of people really pay attention as much as they should with regard to the offensive line.
Of course
I
they
mean,
don't.
it doesn't matter how good a quarterback you are if you don't have a decent offensive line. There's
Well,
nothing you can do. I mean, you
fans
can only
are-
run so much.
Fans are fans for a reason. They want to, find a guy that they can jump all over. And of course, if he's the hero, they put him up on a pedestal. I mean, yeah.
Now,
But Jamarcus also, I mean, there was a lot of other things missing. And
Yeah.
from what I've heard, just the pure discipline and trying to be a leader wasn't his strong point, to say the least.
okay, now this is the reason why I'm not a scout, because I actually was going to choose Greg Oden over Kevin Durant.
ooh.
And
That's
it's
tough.
a good thing I'm not on the payroll.
But again, being fair to Greg Oden, it's not a matter of talent or attitude. It's injuries. The poor guy just and those are things that the great unknown. You don't know, if he's going to get hurt or not.
Yeah, how do you?
Well, you just like
go through a physical, but
when
then-
you see that, you almost have to just use your eyes. And when a guy like Greg Oden comes out and he just has old features, as you would say, and it's a heavy body. How many guys in the NBA really come in looking like that and are successful? When you have a young spry kid like Kevin Durant, who has so much life in his body, and you know that he can take the wear and tear of an everyday NBA world.
Okay, guys, we're going to cut to our first commercial break here, and again, the theme is miscellaneous sports questions. All right, what quarterback threw 70 passes in a single game? I think he was the only one, because that's why I have the question here. The first three callers with the correct answer win a free 3-day, 2-night stay at the Lighthouse Resort. Their website is lighthouse4fun.com. Call 888-660-4495 to answer this question. What quarterback?
NFL quarterback?
Yes. What quarterback? Well, yeah, we're not talking.
No
Not
CFL, no arena.
No American football.
No college.
No Pop Warner 12-year-olds either. Okay.
Okay.
What quarterback threw 70 passes in a single game? 888-660-4495. Make sure to
Through or completed?
Through.
Through.
Yeah, now you
Okay.
couldn't have completed that. Okay, spell out your name and email one letter at a time. Don't touch that dial because Sports Econ 101 will be right back. Good. All right. It's a good first segment.